Recording.
All right, we're gonna do some unboxing or unbagging, if you will, of this is our classic country sourdough. It's made of flour, water, salt, and we incorporate some toasted wheat bran for flavor and texture in there. Let's see how it looks inside. So that piece is mine. That piece is also mine. So what I'm looking at is the interior crumb, generally like pretty evenly spaced, so, and the holes aren't too big, that they're kind of lacy. So when I spread some apple butter on there, it's not gonna fall through the holes onto your lap. And when we toast it, it'll be nice and airy. This crumb structure is called, among bakers, the honeycomb, and that's where our business gets its name from. So I have another little treat in here for you guys. We also make our own fruit preserves. And right now, one of our most popular flavors is our spiced apple butter. And once I toast this sourdough, it's gonna be the perfect fall topping.
Damn. All right, here, crack that open that.
Yeah. I love the sound of like that pop up, and see how it kind of thick and smooth that is.
Yeah.
The apple butter actually doesn't have any butter in it. It's basically just apples, sugar, and vinegar. But the pectins in the apple set, giving it that like really rich, luscious, buttery texture that we're looking for.
Huh. Oh, damn.
I know, I'm just gonna be a complete barbarian and just lather this all over.
It's so shiny.
I know.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm gonna have to have a bite. Okay, hold on. Okay, give me a bit of that. Here, you take the camera,
Yeah.
if you would, please. There you go. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, so cheat day is gonna be today then.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Simple pleasures.
Yeah, it's really good.
And especially, I can see this being toasted.
Oh,
Right,
absolutely.
And then,
Oh, yeah.
and then using that
The
spiced
flavors
apple
are
butter.
even more prominent when toasted.
Yeah, especially what we really look for, and you saw us like take a sniff of it, the aromatics once you toast it are really released, not just of the apple butter, but like all of the kind of sweet / musky flavors of sourdough fermentation, the sweetness of the cereal grains that we use, and it's a deceptively complex experience for just toast and jam.
I'm sure a lot of our coworkers think we're strange for we really sniff.
We really do
everything.
smell everything before we eat it, yeah.
Oh, man, that's
We're
good.
so glad you enjoy it.
And there's like half a jar left in here. That's like at least enough to last you the rest of the day.
Oh, wow. This, so it is sourdough,
Yes.
right? But, slow down. Typically, when I think sourdough, I think of like San Francisco sourdough breads, right? Where when you smell it, I mean, it is indeed really sour. Whereas this, it is sourdough, but it's not so strong. Right, and is that due to the additional ingredients that you incorporated?
That's a really interesting and kind of
Yeah.
multi-layered question. So on one hand, there's the microorganisms that live on the West Coast. They're not quite the same organisms that live in Florida. And so we're just working with different organisms, different materials, and they produce different lactic, acidic, just different acids. And the acids are what create and build flavor.
Wow.
The other thing is that we're just using a slightly different process than San Francisco bakers would do.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a stylistic choice.
Yeah, I feel like our starter is a lot more mild. Also, it's
Yeah, personal preference, and I think for like a more broad appeal, Lakelanders I think enjoy a more milky, yogurty kind of sour level versus a buttermilk like lemony sour that you might expect.
I mean,
in San Francisco.
you would think that's maybe like a regional preference, perhaps?
I would say so.
I would say so.
Yeah, I think sourdough baking in San Francisco obviously has like a long history where they were baking with sourdough before they really knew what was happening inside fermentation, and so that those cultures just like got used to that sourdough flavor, that like really punchy lemony flavor. Like on the East Coast, our diet was more fatty, more like peppery, and so I think a more mild sourdough flavor just works better with the cuisines that we're pairing the bread with, which is a lot of what we do is not necessarily trying to have our sourdough stand on its own. It's not like supposed to be the star of the show. It's supposed to be a blank canvas that other people can, turn into their own creation.
Got it. Cool, man. Oh, that's delicious.